Hi, it's Steve here. I am in the car park at Terminal 4 at Heathrow on my way to Amsterdam for the TP Vision Philips press launch. They're going to be showing their new lineup of TVs for 2018. And I was going to do a little piece when I was getting in my car at home, but it was pitch black, pouring with rain and a force 10 gale, so I thought maybe not. But I'm now at the car park, I'm waiting for the bus, and once I get to the terminal, I'll be back with more coverage of this vlog from behind the scenes of my press trip. I should warn you though, spoiler alert, most of this will involve me loitering around airports and hotels. Hello, Steve again. I'm on the bus. I'm on the bus from the terminal car park on my way to Terminal 4. Still at Heathrow, Terminal 4, waiting for our flight. Just found out that our flight back tomorrow has been cancelled, so that's good news. So right now, Andrew, over there, the PR guy's trying to sort it out. And there's a bunch of journos over there, and Graham Speak, who is the managing director of Philips TP Vision. So just hanging around, just killing time at the airport. As I said, that's what most of these trips involve. Well, I'm finally on the plane. It is delayed in terms of its departure, but I'm with I saw it over here. So I said hello, the journalist, and we're finally off to Amsterdam. So I'll be back later with more of this wonderful vlog. So I'm staying in the Hilton Hotel, which is literally in the airport. I haven't got to travel very far at all, 5-minute walk. So it should mean I won't miss my flight tomorrow. This is the central atrium of the hotel. Those of you who are afraid of heights might want to look away now. I'm finally in the hotel here at the Hilton, but no time, got to drop my bags, dash back downstairs, quick bit of lunch, and then we got our plenary session at 4 PM. I don't know what the word plenary means either, but they always seem to use it at these events. So we'll get a keynote speech from their the head of Philips TP Vision, and find out a bit more about their new TV lineup. So that should be interesting, but I'm pretty happy with the hotel room, quite nice in fact. Hi, it's day 2 of the Philips press trip. Yesterday we had the plenary session where they basically announced their overview for the year. They also showed some interesting statistics about 4K TV sales, which was very interesting, and they also announced some new OLED TVs. Basically what they announced was a 65-inch 873. Now, despite the change in serial number, this is basically a 65-inch 9002. Which was an award-winning TV from last year. They also had the 65-inch 973, which we got our first look at IFA back in September. And there's also going to be a new range called the 803, 55 and 65 inches, which we haven't seen yet, but we're going to get a better look at some point today during our various demo sessions. And where I am right now is the what they're calling their sort of in-store demo. They're showing us the kind of in-store installations they're going to use in various stores in Europe and hopefully in the UK too, to actually show consumers their TV range and things like Ambilight and their OLEDs, so they can actually see this stuff in action and then hopefully drive more sales. Makes sense. I mean, one of the big problems that Philips have had over the last few years has been the fact that they've had great TVs, but they haven't been able to get them in the stores either on time or in enough numbers. So this year they're determined to get them into stores early and get them in sufficient numbers and hopefully also show them to their best advantage in stores, which I think is a really good idea. So I've just had a look at the new OLED range. Sorry, it's a bit dark in here, so bear with me, but basically there are 3 new models coming in 2018. We have the 873, which is going to be a 65-inch version of the 9002. For some reason they've changed the serial number, but it's identical to the 9002, just it uses a 65-inch screen size. We've also got the 973. We got our first look at this at IFA back in September. That again uses a 65-inch screen size, has a nice sound base that you can either have in a flat position for mounting on a stand, or you can put it behind for forward firing when you're wall mounting it. It's part of the wall mount as well, using Visa mounts. So that looks very attractive. It uses a glass backing for the panel and has a metal construction. Very attractive TV. And also coming in later in the year. So those 2 TVs are coming in the first half of the year, and then later in the year we're going to get the 803. This is going to come in 55 and 65-inch screen sizes, and it has a new stand with basically 2 feet. Looks very attractive again, a very simplified design, and all these TVs will have exactly the same picture quality. The difference are mostly cosmetic and sound quality versions, and also they'll come with 2 remote controls. The standard dual-sided remote that has the QWERTY keyboard on the back, and also a new really simplified, quite flash-looking remote that you can use for simple control and also for voice control of the TV. So a really exciting and quite a large range of OLED TVs coming from Philips in 2018. Well, we're reaching the end of this particular press trip. It's largely been a technical demo on this particular one. So I saw their shop stands that they're going to use in the UK and in Europe. I also had a look at their new OLED lineup in terms of the design and also some of the picture quality features as well. Also, we had a demonstration of the new smart platform. So it's still Android on Philips TVs in 2018. They're adding in things like Google Assistant. There's also going to be the ability to set up your TV using your Android smartphone as well. And for the TVs that don't use the Android Smart TV platform, which I think is a 6000 series, they use a Linux-based platform. It's called Safi, they're calling it. It's their own platform that they developed. Again, that looked quite good too. Very reminiscent of WebOS, I think. So that's been quite influential in terms of its design. So that looked quite good. And then finally we had a demo of picture processing with Danny Tack, and we saw the P5 processor, of course, which we saw a lot last year, including in our the shootout that Philips arranged with AVForums. And then we also saw a little glimpse of the future. We saw a new processor they're working on, hasn't come out yet, hasn't even got a name yet, but that's going to add some incredible picture processing to their TVs in the future, so that's quite exciting as well. And that's about it really in terms of that. We saw some OLEDs, we also saw some of the LCD TVs. They didn't have all of them here, just the higher end range. Interestingly, in their high end range, the 8000 series LCD TVs, they're using IPS panels this year, presumably from LG and NanoCell. So 90% of DCI-P3 wider viewing angles. They seem to feel that they needed the wider viewing angles. They still have VA panels in the 7000 series, the 6000 series, but the flagship LCDs are actually using IPS panels, which is interesting. So that's it really in terms of the actual event. Now we're going to basically hang around at the hotel and wait to walk back. The hotel's literally in the airport, so we just have to walk back to the airport and get on our flight, and then back to Blighty. Hopefully the flight won't be delayed. I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at a press trip on this vlog, and if you've enjoyed it, then please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.